Hey everybody, it's Allison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Allison, and I am a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. So it's been about 2 months since I've done a live. I used to do lives twice a week. I took a bit of time off because I wanted to spend some time over the holidays with family, and I sort of stepped back a bit from regular stuff on my business. And then I got sick. It was not COVID, but it was a very nasty cold. And then it's taken me quite a while to recuperate. So I'm going to hope that people are going to join me. But if not, that's okay. I know you'll be able to find me tomorrow and you can watch then. So I'm just going to wait until I get a few people that come on and see where we're at. Oh, good. I'm at least live, and I hope I'm live that you can hear me, but I won't know until somebody comes. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, where did I get my paper holders? Oh, that's a good question. Let me go back over there. Hi, Diane. Hi, Sarah. Well, you guys, I'm so grateful that you joined me. Thank you. I thought I might be alone. So, Jennifer, I got those paper holders from a company in the United States. I think there might be, depending on where you live, there might be somewhere in Canada that you can get them, but I'm not 100% sure. The company is called Stampin' Storage, and they're in Minnesota. And before COVID, you could send them to, like, I live about 30 minutes from the border, and I had a P.O. box just right across the border. And so I could have things delivered there and not pay the astronomical fees, brokerage and all that stuff into Canada. So I could just drive over and get them and then just pay the duty. And so that's where I got them. Thanks, Carol. Oh, thanks, Denise from Winnipeg. You guys are awesome. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you guys came. Yay. Okay, well, we're going to have fun today. Like I said, it's been 2 months since I've done my regular Facebook, but I'm going to be back doing it. One of the things that was a casualty of my sickness was that my hair, I was supposed to get my hair done in early January. I just couldn't do it. So the earliest my hairdresser of 25 years could see me is at the end of February. So I'm looking a little grim. I'm looking a little straggly, I'd say. Anyway, but I can see that my connection is kind of going weird. So hopefully you can see me. I'm not sure what's going on there. First time here. Thank you, Denise. I'm so glad you joined me. Hi, Gail. That's great, you guys. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to go over here and oops, I'm going to just click. It's been a while since I've done it, so you guys, I won't be crisp, but it's okay. We just stamp for fun, so that's okay. So my project today is going to be using the Cactus Cuties Bundle, which is super cute. It is, let me just make sure I've got everything going here so I can see your comments. Yeah. Thanks, Jennifer. I look a little, that's very sweet of you, but I still have like 3 weeks to go. So we'll see what I look like by the time I get there. Okay, so Cactus Cuties. Ange McKay and I have chosen Cactus Cuties as our class of the month in February. We get together with the class attendees and we make our projects together. And that is going to be on February 24th. Let me just check my date here. February 24th, which is a Thursday at, I think it's, it's either 5 or 6 o'clock Pacific time. But there is the links. You'll see the links in this post. Okay. So let me show you what our class comes with. You have to buy the bundle yourself, or if you buy it through me, your class will be free. But let's set that aside for a sec. The actual class comes with half a pack of the Bright 6x6 Designer Series paper. So that means you're going to get 2 of each. So I've only got 1 of each here, but you're actually going to get 2 of each. So I think that makes 24 sheets of all these bright colors. Now, I love this. I'm down to my last piece of granny apple, so I'm going to have to get my new pack open soon. But lots of beautiful colors that you can use on your cards, and we'll be using that. So you're going to get half of that in your swag bag. You're going to get a full roll of the white crinkled seam binding. So a whole roll of that. And you're going to get a whole package of the classic matte dots. And then you're also going to get the cards. So 4 cards. So everything cut for you in envelopes. And you're going to get the PDF with the full instructions. And that's pictures and directions and measurements and supplies. And then, like I said, you're going to get an exclusive invitation to join us on Facebook to put all the cards together. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Mern. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Thanks. So like I said, if you buy your Cactus Cuties by yourself or you're a demonstrator, that's fine. You can still take part in the class. It's $40, includes postage. And but if you buy the Cactus Cuties, you will get the cards, the PDF, and the invitation to our group. Okay, so let's get started on our cards. Let me show you a couple cards that I made before we start. So this one here, I wanted to do something pretty simple. And I think this is pretty simple. So it's just a 1 layered card. Of course, you could cut it out and add color behind it and whatnot. But this stamp here we're going to use today also, and it's called Oceanfront. And this piece here is what we're going to use just to create that ground. Okay, this was inspired by a card I received in a swap. I run a swap for Canadian leaders every time there's a new catalog, and it's a group of my friends. And this card here was from Lindsay. Isn't it cute? So she is the one that inspired me to use this piece in this card for the ground. And then we've got the little pebbles. Really cute. It looks like you're right in the desert, doesn't it? Just let me show you. So those are kind of the 2 cards there. Okay. Oh, thanks, Mary. I'm happy to be back. I was a little nervous, but I'm happy to be back. And then here's one other card that I made. So we've got, in this case, we've got the kind of, I wanted it to look like a sunset. We've got the red in the sky and the yellow, and then the cactus and the ground. Okay, my friend, partner in crime, Patsy Wagner, is currently spending 4 months in Arizona because she goes there to keep warm in the winter. Hi, Valerie. So I should send her this card, shouldn't I? Okay, so let's make our card. We're going to start with, I've done my base card in Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green is one of the happiest colors, I think, that we sell. I just think it's such a fun and happy color. I've then taken 3 colors of the Designer Series paper. So I've got my mango, I've got Granny Apple. Now, this one here is actually from the, I think it's the 2022 in colors. It's the Magenta Madness. So I wanted to have that because it really pops. So I'm going to start by gluing those down. Now these are cut to 1 inch strips by 4 1/4. And of course, your standard base card here is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so let's glue that down. So my favorite glue, send her a card with snow. I should, Valerie. Yeah, but then she'd just gloat. Like, what good is that going to do me? She'll just gloat. Okay, so I'm going to go with the green down first. Now, I'm just guessing where the middle is. I'm not going to be too crazy about measuring this out. You can kind of eyeball it. And then I'm going to put this one up on top. This is that fun pink one. Okay, and then below I've got my mango. I just got to decide which side of the mango I'm going to use. I think I'll go with the kind of this is a new glue. Oh, you know, when you open a new white glue, you really take your life in your hands. It's my favorite glue, though. I do love the Tombow glue. I know some people hate it. My partner, Anne, she just can't stand it. And I don't mind. She loves the Stamp and Seal, and I don't mind seal, but I don't mind it, but I'm not as proficient as she is. So I prefer this one. All right. So we've got that basic card done. Let's put that aside. I'm going to bring in a piece of Whisper White. Let's just put a piece of paper under here. Okay. This piece, I believe, is 3 by 4 1/4, but let's check. So we got 3 by 4 1/4. Yes. So that's our focal point. And the first thing I want to do is take that stamp that we talked about earlier from Waterfront and stamp it in Crumb Cake, because we're going to create the dirt. Okay, so here we go. Just about there, I think. Okay, don't you love it? It's got this automatically puts in kind of this two-tone of the same color. Isn't that great? Love it. Then we've got we need some scrap paper. Let's bring that in. We're going to be stamping a bunch of images and cutting them out. I'm going to grab the large cactus first, though. I am going to just stamp it right on my paper. And this is Granny Apple. Now, I actually just inked this up, this stamp pad. So you know how that can go, right? It can be really too inked or not inked enough. But let's do this. I'm going to put it up just a titch. Maybe just make sure I get it in there. So let's do that. There we go. It's quite bright, you can see. And we might as well go ahead and add our little cactus flower. And I'm using Magenta Madness for this. I'm just going to stamp that on the top of each little. There we go. Is that pretty? Look at the bright colors. I love that. We can put that aside. Oh, hi, Jamie Lee. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Keisha. Nice to see you. Keisha's usually the first one on, but I haven't been on for 2 months. So, Keisha, I'm glad you came back. All right. We've got our little scrap. So let's cut a stamp and then punch out or cut out some of these images. So the first one I want to do is Mango Melody. And I'm going to use this image here. So this little pot. It actually gets punched out with this. So I always like to look at the back of my punches and see where this is going to punch. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to punch over that side. So that's where I'm going to stamp my image. That way I'm not wasting a whole bunch of paper. So let's ink that up with the mango. Okay. And then I'm also going to make sure I know where this is going to. Yep, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go with the Daffodil. And the other image, the other pot. Now, it doesn't have a punch. I'm just going to cut it out, fussy cut. Ange would be very proud of me for fussy cutting anything. All right, so we're going to go in here just like this, you guys. And boop, there we go. And then this guy, we are going to just cut out freehand. Normally, I leave a little edge around my pots or whatever I'm cutting, right? But because the punch does not leave any white space, I'm going to not leave any white space around my fussy cut pot either, just so that they kind of match up. Does that make sense? I hope everybody's doing well. It's February, so it would feel funny saying Happy New Year, but I hope you all had a nice holiday. Oh, I missed you too, Keisha. Thanks so much, you guys. I had a rough time, I got to tell you. But I did take the PCR test. I was able to get that, even though in British Columbia, they're very difficult to get. I was able to get it, and it was negative. So, and I was at the height of my illness, so I'm pretty sure that I can trust it. My doctor says, yeah, trust it. But boy, I don't know if any of you had that horrible sinus cold. Did anybody have that? Anybody online with me tonight? It was awful. And I started to hear from people who were telling me how awful it was. So it wasn't just me. I'm using soft succulent, you guys. This looks like a strawberry to me, this cacti. And again, we've got our punch, can punch that out. Yay. And then I also want the little, I don't know what you call them. There must be a name, and one of you will know. What is the name of the part of the cactus that grows off another one? It's like a baby growing off the top or whatever of a cactus. What's that called? Somebody look it up and tell us. As Trisha. Yes, Ange she's good at it though, right? Like, that's the thing about Ange. She's so good at fussy cutting. And she tells us over and over and over how much it's fun and it's relaxing and she loves it. It's not that bad. I will not go as far as fussy cutting out words. That, I can't do that. I don't want to do it. It looks awful whenever I do it, but I will cut out images if I'm forced. Okay, so here we are back to our little cactus. So let's start by putting a pot on here, shall we? Now let's grab our dimensionals. Ange would be proud of me. Look at me, I'm using 2 dimensionals. Holy, I'm going to start sneezing. Ah. Okay, here we go. And now I want to do my cactus, the other cactus. So I've already gone ahead with this, but instead of popping these up, I'm not, well, actually now I look at this, I'm wondering if it would look goofy if they were all popped up. No, I'm going to do my original, which is glue this down. You know what it is? Thank you, Trish. I didn't actually see, so thank you. Valerie, you know what it is? It's not hard. It's just a trick. My friend Leanne taught me years and years ago that the trick to fussy cutting, and she is unbelievable at fussy cutting. I mean, like, I can't believe it. She's, dare I say, better than Angie, which is hard to believe, I know. But she told me, move the paper, not the scissors. And then you don't get that jagged little edge all the time, you know, that you usually get on those, the edges around when you're cutting, right? That's my biggest complaint. All right, now we need our other pot, which we're also going to pop up. Let's do that. Put that down a titch. There we go. Okay, so now we've got those. And I also want to add something here because it looks a little stark. So let me grab some linen thread here. Tie a little bow. This is leftover linen thread that I've had for years, but you can buy it. There's a linen pack that has all sorts of different colors, including white in it, and I love it. It's got black and white and gray. It's sort of a crumb cake, I think. Oh my goodness, you guys, look how long. Do you know that even in the 2 months that I was off, you guys, I hardly stamped. I don't even know if I did. So it doesn't take long to get out of practice, does it? Here we go. But I did have fun. I really, really forced myself, and not forced, but I encouraged myself to get back in the saddle. And because we're doing our class, I commit to doing 2 lives to show everybody the products. So I couldn't let Ange down. So I'm glad I had that. Now here's the thing. Ange does this too. I've never been good at it, but I'm going to try. Here's my paper pumpkin glue dots. Now they're flat. So Ange just loves these. And she just goes, oh, you just flick this paper off. Okay, whatever. Oh, geesh. Geesh. There we go. Oh my gosh. I think I did it. Okay. I'm going to put our little, how's that? Now, here's a worry. I'm going to stamp a word. I should have done that first. You know when you're out of practice and everything is upside down and crooked. No, that looks pretty good. So this is one of the words. I think I'll put it up here. Hello. Hope it's there we go. Hello. So let's just do memento ink, you guys. Now, I'm not going to tempt fate. I'm going to let that dry for a sec because, you know, as soon as I try and do anything, it'll smear. You want me to wink a Stella on the flowers? Okay. Sure, Diane. I'll do that. Diane says I need to wink of Stella the flowers. You might have a point. They do look nice all. Wink of Stella there. Okay. Now we're going to bring back in our card. And they're called pops. See, Trisha, I knew somebody would look it up or would know the answer. Okay, so these little things are called pops, which kind of makes sense because they're like the, you know, from the mothership, they're growing off here, right? Interesting. See all the things we learn when we're stamping? I'm going to use the edges here. So let me get all that. So in the post that I did earlier, or right now with the live, you'll see all the links to our class. So if you're a customer of mine, you would just follow my link. And if you're a customer of Angie's, you would follow her link. And if you're not a customer of either one of us, then you can, and you're following me right now, then you can click on mine. But it's probably highly unlikely that you don't know one of us. And of course, we also have an option if you live in the United States. Well, let me clarify. If you do not live in Canada, so I don't care if you're from, you can be from anywhere, the UK or United States or Australia, you can buy our PDF only. So let's get that. Parent, plants, and pups per Google. Well, Google knows everything, don't they? So we're Googled. Okay. Now, just before we completely finish up this card, let's add some of these awesome pebbles. Now, I've heard some things from people. The last class that Ange and I did included a whole sheet of these. And lots of people didn't like them, but you know what? Just get them. You'll love them. There's graduated colors of the gray, different sizes. And then we've got the more of the crumb cake ones. Now, I find that normally the putty would pick these up. It does not want to work as well. So just use the poker end. Don't poke your finger though. And we're just going to you're going to just lay these down. Oops, just like they're pebbles in the desert. Pebbles in the desert. Let me grab a little guy here. Oop. And I think we'll put him maybe over here. Here we go. Okay. So that's the card we made, and this was the card that I made earlier. So you can see, pretty simple. Don't you love the bright colors of this though? Like, I just love the bright colors. I think it's so pretty. Bright, bright, bright. Okay, so for those of you who joined late, you can go back. I did show some other cards at the beginning, but let's bring them back. So this is today's card, right? And then how about this one? So again, my friend inspired me with a card that she sent in the leaders. I run a swap for my leader friends, and this was one of the cards that we got. Wasn't it cute? And that's inspired me to use the ground and the sky from Waterfront. Is it called Waterfront? I think so. I've lost my, here it is. Oh, Oceanfront, not Waterfront. Ocean. Okay. Oh, good, Christina. I'll see you at the class. And then we've also got, I also showed this card here, which I made, which is just really simple. This is just one layer. Isn't that great? I love that. And I will have more cards to show next week because Ange will show another card on Tuesday. And I'll be showing another card next Thursday at 5 o'clock. I used to do 7, but it's too late for me to, it's not too late for me to stay up, but it is a little late for me while I'm still recovering. Okay. So that's that. Now, one more thing. I have a class using the rainbow of happiness. Let me just grab my mini catalog. And if you look on page Here it is. Page 82. You can see the bundle here. And if we look on page 18, we can see some gorgeous cards made with it. Okay. I'm offering a class using this bundle. And when you buy that bundle, you can choose the fantastic Sunshine. Is it Sunshine and Rainbows? DSP. You guys probably have some already. If you want, you can choose this. If you don't have it, I would suggest you get this. It's bright and gorgeous. So the 4 cards in my class use the rainbow, Sunshine and Rainbow cards, DSP. Okay, so here's a card sample. This is also from the swap. And I've got one more to show you. Just a second here. Let me grab it. I will post the link. I have posted the link, but here I'll do it again. So here's a couple of cards using that fantastic bundle. And this card class is $22. So for $22, you're going to get 4 cards with the PDF instructions and so on. If you don't want to buy the whole class, you can buy the PDF regardless of where you live for $12. Okay. So, oh, look at Christine. You even got your little cactus there. How cute. All right, you guys. So, that's my first getting back into the swing of things. So that was fun. I got some really other cute cards too. I still want to show you them all at once. Plus, I'm not sure which ones I'm going to put in the class and which ones I'm going to show as a demo. So, any other questions, you guys? I love the colors too, Carol. The bright colors, I think, and especially during the winter, I think we need that little injection of bright and fun, right? Because it's dull, that's for sure, around here. Okay, so you guys are okay. Thank you, Denise. Happy New Year to you guys too. Okay, I am feeling much better, you guys. So thank you so much. So now that I'm back in the swing of things, if you can, hope you'll join me on Sunday at 10 a.m. That's my next live, Facebook Live. And I have no idea what I'm going to do that day. Surprise to me too. So anyway, you guys have a great rest of the evening. And I'll see you on Sunday. And I will, if I don't see you Sunday, I'll see you Thursday at 5 o'clock for another card using the Cactus Cuties. Hope to see you at the class. Bye, you guys. Take care.